Takemichi is useless. What's up guys, it's Amateyo and today we have Takemichi in the hot seat. The original title of this video was Takemichi is useless. The title changed after I had some time to cool down. I know we're not supposed to talk about these things, but I just had to. After watching the episodes leading up to the bloody Halloween, this was the only conclusion that I could come up with. Now, I know I'm not the only one who thinks that. Let's go back all the way to episode 5 where Naoto asks Takemichi, "How stupid are you?" And Takemichi replies, "Wait, did you just call me stupid?" Naoto then replies,
"You're goddamn right."
This video is not about the manga. This is about recent episodes that was aired. I'm not saying that Takemichi is useless because he is weak combat-wise or that he cries a lot. The main character does not always have to be a badass. We can gladly leave that to Draken, Mikey and the rest of the gang. I accept Takemichi's role. Takemichi's ability is that he can travel to the past and whatever he does there can change the future. He's an information gatherer. And with the information he gathers from the present, he is able to use that in the past to change the future. My frustration with Takemichi and the main reason for the title of this video, Takemichi is useless, is mainly because of the events leading up to the bloody Halloween. Here's why. By now, Takemichi has a lot of experience using the time leaping ability. He used it to save Draken after all. Quick recap. Episode 4, Takemichi finds out from future Akun that Draken died in the past timeline, and in episode 5, Naoto looked into this and found out that on August 3rd, 2005, in a parking lot in Shibuya, Draken was beaten and stabbed and on that day succumbed to his injuries. The information did state that the 50-man brawl happened because of infighting within Toman. Takemichi went back to the past and solved the infighting problem by getting Draken and Mikey back on good terms. He assumed that everything was fine because of that and that he succeeded in his mission. He assumed that Draken was now safe and the future was changed. But infighting in this situation meant that a member of Toman was responsible for the stabbing. The real reason was Kisaki. The infighting was just part of his plan. He soon found out that Draken was still in danger and on August 3rd, he still had to save Draken. Takemichi can't fight and during the battle he found out how difficult it is to both find and keep track of someone, especially difficulty in protecting them. Draken still ended up getting stabbed, but with the efforts of Takemichi, his friends and the doctors, Draken survived. Takemichi admitted to letting his guard down and that he assumed that Draken would be safe because of Draken and Mikey getting back on good terms. He realized that the information he got from the future, that Draken would die on the 3rd of August, was accurate. He then learned an important lesson. Trust the information and never let his guard down. Or, well, he should have. Fast forward to episode 17, Takemichi and Shifuyu goes to find information on Kisaki. They found out from Osanai that Kisaki was responsible for a lot of the things that transpired in the past. He planned the whole scenario regarding Toman versus Mebius, from causing Osanai to mess with Pa's friends and family to then using that to get closer to Mikey, blaming Osanai, and eventually getting Draken stabbed so Kisaki could be number 2 in Toman. That's how much of a mastermind Kisaki is. This is what Takemichi is up against. Also revealing that Kisaki is now using Hanma, and Kisaki is the head of Valhalla. Hey guys, just a quick reminder that this is a new YouTube channel, so any support would be greatly appreciated. So if you do enjoy the videos, then smash that like button and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. Thank you and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Takemichi then goes to the future to gather information. He goes to speak to Draken, who is now in prison. Draken reveals that 12 years ago on October 3rd, the bloody Halloween, Toman was taken over by Valhalla and the new Tokyo Manji gang was created. Draken also reveals that Mikey killed Kazutora. Takemichi is in disbelief that Mikey would kill anyone. I mean, come on, Kazutora killed his brother after all. Also, on October 13th, Baji was killed right in front of Mikey. Instantly, Takemichi should have figured out that he has to prevent two things from happening. Baji's death and Mikey from killing Kazutora. But since preventing Baji's death automatically solves both problems, saving Baji is a priority. At this point, he should have focused on getting information that would help him prevent those things from happening. Again, Draken says that Kazutora killed Baji. This was 12 years ago, but he could have at least asked how Kazutora killed Baji. The more information he got, the better. Remember, the time-leaping save-a-life strategy is very simple. Find something in the past that needs changing, usually prevent something from happening, usually a death. From the future, get information about the events. Without information, it would be impossible to prevent anything, and use information in the past to change the future. So, the problem? Baji dies. Number 2, the information. Who killed Baji? Where does Baji die? How does he die? Etc, etc. And with the knowledge, you can formulate a plan to change the past. So, from the present, Takemichi pretty much gathers that Baji dies. That's all he has to go on. That's fine. We've got to work with what we have at least, right? This brings us to the main reason why Takemichi is useless. From the Battle of Toman versus Mebius, Takemichi knows that on the battlefield there is hardly anything that he can do. Too many unknowns, and it is especially hard as this is a battle. Even Mikey couldn't leave to help Draken when he got stabbed. This means one thing: focus on pre-battle as much as possible. You know, plan ahead. But Takemichi does not do that. Takemichi wants to prevent Baji's death, so does Shifuyu, and I'm pretty sure Baji would rather stay alive as well. Takemichi has so much power at this point, power in the form of knowledge. With Shifuyu, he learned that Kisaki is the mastermind of everything. He knows that Kazutora is going to kill Baji. So, tell me, what is preventing Takemichi from saying to Baji and Shifuyu, "Hey, I've got some intel. Kisaki is the head of Valhalla, and he's using Kazutora to kill Baji. That is his plan. This information is 100% true. We need to prevent this." Or, you know, something along those lines. I mean, 3 heads are better than 1. Instead, in episode 18, this is what happened. Takemichi meets up with Baji, tells Shifuyu that he wants to have a private conversation with him. Nowhere did he mention that Kisaki is evil and he planned all of this, and that he's got some information that Kazutora is going to kill him. Instead, he simply says this: "Please make it through tomorrow. Please don't die."
What the fuck? That don't make no sense.
He continues to say that it will make Mikey sad. Not that Mikey will end up killing Kazutora, but it'll make him sad.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
In episode 5, Naoto tells Takemichi do not tell people that he can time travel, that they just think that he's crazy. But that doesn't mean that Takemichi couldn't share information he gathered from the future, or he can't use the info to get help. Besides not sharing information, there was no pre-planning for any major injury. Just like Draken, Baji could have gotten injured and medical help could have saved him. He could have maybe brought a medical kit or something like that to the fight, or called the ambulance as soon as they met up, just in case Baji could be saved. Or maybe even had a conversation with Shifuyu so that they could stay at Baji's side no matter what. But no, just wing it. No, I'm not saying that Takemichi could have saved Baji, but the effort he put into it was marginal, minimal, minuscule. Where did this Takemichi go? He did repeat something that he did in Draken's situation, and that is ignore information. He knew that Kazutora would hurt Baji, but plays it off when Kazutora stabbed Baji. I know that Baji acted like nothing happened, but by now, Takemichi should learn to trust the information and be skeptical. For me, it wasn't that Baji was killed, but Takemichi was utterly useless in doing anything about it. He completely failed to use the ability to gain information and completely failed to use the information that he received. I would think that after seeing Hinata die right in front of him and vowing to save her no matter what, Takemichi would go all out. But no. In episode 19, Day of the Bloody Halloween, Toman is outnumbered 150 to 300, and as expected, it is hard to track both Baji and Kazutora. It would have been easier if he told Shifuyu and Baji to look out for him. It is only after Baji gets stabbed, and by that time it's already too late, that he tells Baji that they're on to Kisaki. The one true power that Takemichi has is information, and he can't even do that right. It is obvious from the plot that Baji was meant to die, but Takemichi's character is to blame. It's almost like Takemichi doesn't have a brain. So I'm left with Takemichi is useless. Guys, thanks for making it to the end. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you smashed that like button and subscribed for more content. You could also visit my channel and check out more of my videos. And I hope you enjoy your day.